It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Greg, love this matchup. We got a couple of defensive-minded teams in this one. They love to press the quarterback. They press those wide receivers on the corners. Man, points are going to be tough to come by in this one.
And as good as the defenses think they're going to be in,
they'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
there's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings it is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Allen gonna throw to get things going. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it, but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Allen on 3rd down. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
That's into the hands of Coleman. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now Allen on first down. He connects with Palmer on that one. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing again. It's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3rd and 2. Now Allen. And he'll take it on in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
At the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Is there a more exciting guy in the NFL to watch play quarterback than this guy, Mike? I mean, one of the most dynamic athletes to ever play the position. And what's truly unique about him is his ability to beat you both as a runner and equally as a passer. And that's really where his game has developed. Defensive coordinators, they don't sleep very much when they know they're facing this guy and all the problems that he presents.
He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
2nd down, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. A first down throw for Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll motion over Flowers. A very nice defensive play there. They'll let you complete passes if they're going to end up like that. It's a completion, but a loss of yardage. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Jackson now. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The big man, Ed Oliver, in for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Ravens offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Third down and 9. It's the tight end Likely in motion. On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Jordan Stout now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
In motion, Shakir. Allen going to throw again. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. Big play there for the Bills. An even 40 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Again, it's Allen to the air. That's taken in by Shakir. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. One more time going up top with Allen. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On 3rd and 1, it's Allen. And they'll mark him out at the 8. But it is enough to set up 1st and goal.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
To throw again, it's Allen. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think their sideline celebrated just a little prematurely, because if you look closer, Mike, it's pretty clear. The receiver did not possess the ball while having both feet in bounds. Missed opportunity there, incomplete.
From the gun, it's Allen. He pulls it in around the 5. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Third and goal. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Allen working from the pistol. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Josh Allen, touchdown Buffalo. That his second touchdown tonight. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders
take over here in the last minute of this first half. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. No motion over Flowers. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. 3rd and short, Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. And he will go all the way. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure.
James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Now Cook loses the football. One of the Ravens has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now it's Jackson. He'll go right back to Flowers. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This from 34 yards. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens are back within 4 at 14-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is The
Ravens offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
No motion over Flowers. They're gonna go right back to Henry. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Play action now. Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The Bills offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Allen going to give it to Cook. Crazy. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
First and 10 now from the 36. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing now. Allen here on first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Second down and 3. They motion the slot man left. Here's Allen to throw. Off he goes. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a...
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll come up here, first and 10. On the option, they give it to Henry. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
They'll motion over Flowers. On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll go again here with Henry. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. He's got his big target. That's Isaiah Likely. Bateman is the motion man. On play action, here's Jackson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Jackson gonna keep it himself. A gain there of 11. First down, Baltimore.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. And he's in! Zay Flowers! Touchdown, Baltimore.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback...
Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Allen. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, Buffalo.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Allen to throw. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Dalton Kincaid, touchdown Buffalo. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So, the Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he gets this up to the 42.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Again, it's Jackson. To the tight end Likely. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
He finds Likely, his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here comes 2nd down. To the air one more time with Jackson. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive.
Managed to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Bills offense and running back James Cook making their way out. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that would be the dagger It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
To work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. Timeouts, but not much time. Down 2 scores as we get to 1st and 10. And he's got Palmer. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He'll drop this underneath to Cook. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On play action, Allen. He's got it at about the 8. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.